Hi, this is Brett Payne. I'm with a company called PatientBot. If you were a LASIK surgeon in 2017 or 2018 or 2019, it really doesn't matter. There are some changes that have happened in technology that you really need to take advantage of, something that we call chatbot. I'd like to take just a moment or two to kind of explain to you what those are, how you can use them in your practice, and how you can get started doing that even today if you'd like to. So let me just go through a few things with you. This packet, by the way, is available for you to download. We'll give you a download link that you can get right below this video, or if you're on our website, you've already found that. So a couple of things that are inside of the guide. We do want to give you, obviously, just some practical steps that you can take and information about what chatbots are. I want to talk to you about how you can build a chatbot even this week. It's really important that you get these into place very, very quickly, and even a couple case studies that might be interesting to you. So just a moment about who we are. We're a company called PatientBot, and what we do is we work specifically with LASIK surgeons and LASIK surgeon practices to integrate the chatbot technology into their websites, into their other marketing, to engage potential patients so that people who are inquisitive or curious about what it is that you're offering, or curious about LASIK surgery in general, that you can have a very kind of integrated conversation with them 24/7. People are finding that they are spending a lot of time, or obviously the data shows that they're spending a lot of time not just on their phones, but specifically in messenger apps, and specifically in the Facebook Messenger app. So first of all, what is a chatbot? It's really just a little piece of software, and that little piece of software, when we integrate it into your existing web properties, your website or your Facebook fan page or those kinds of things, it lets your practice communicate with potential patients inside of a messenger app, and specifically the one that we like to use is Facebook Messenger. But why would you even care about this? Well, first of all, you can see on this slide there's a huge market. So as of today, this is June, or the beginning of July 2017, Facebook Messenger has 1 billion monthly active users. That's not 1 billion users, that's active users every single month. And this is where the population of your potential patients is spending their time, late at night, middle of the day, on their phones, doing different things. It's a massive market and continues to grow. The other reason why you should care is most practices are doing their marketing still through email, but there is something called email fatigue. And so you can see this note here on the slide that HBR says that email open rates are at 20%. Actually, I would argue with that. They're actually much, much lower. The engagement rate on email is about somewhere between 0.5% and 1.5%. It's really, really low. But the messaging open rates are at 98%. It's incredibly high. So if you want to communicate with somebody who's interested in what you're offering, then obviously you want to do it in such a way that you know that they're going to open it and engage with you. And then also, they're loved apps. Messaging apps are preferred over email by every group except those that are 45 years and older, and of course it's skewing towards that over time, so that by the time you see this video, that actually may be creeping into that age bracket that is 45 years and older. What's a practical example? Let's imagine that you have a digital LASIK assistant who's available to speak to your customer 24/7. So people that are contacting you and they're just there with all the proper information, feeding them information they need to know, the questions they have about LASIK, where they're not just reading it, they're actually interacting with somebody. Let me show you what that looks like. So what you would do is you could build a landing page, look something like this. It might offer something like a free evaluation, and anybody that presses this little button here, they could subscribe to that to get this information. So it doesn't mean that yours has to look like that. This is just an example of one, obviously, but it might be the question, you know, is LASIK right for you? And there might be a button or a link or something like that that's on your website that leads them to this page, and then you can use that to ask some questions, or you're interacting with them and getting personal information for them, where they're actually on their phone, like answering the questions. It's kind of fun. You have essentially an assistant guiding them through this process. So when they click the button, what happens is that this evaluation would arrive by chat. So it shows up right on their phone, and the user's phone, it would immediately buzz, so it gets their attention. Again, 98% open rates. It's just like when their friends are buzzing them, and then they would start this process to get the evaluation. So of course they can subscribe, Bots are always about permission. It's always about asking, can I ask you something? Is it okay if I get this information from you? So it's very, very much permission based. It's not sending emails like this. Once they say, yeah, I do want to take the evaluation, then it would start on their phone, again, sitting maybe in their car, maybe it's not while they're driving, of course, maybe it's in their office, maybe it's at home, and the user gets asked several questions in a very interactive way. You know, do you currently wear glasses? Yeah, I wear contacts, or I wear glasses, or I wear both. Okay, get the answer, we go, oh, that's great, okay. And of course, they can stop at any time. It's not intrusive, and again, it always responds to person's willingness to follow the next prompt. So after the questions, what can happen is that you can find out things like, you know, have you ever had diseases in your eyes before? Have you ever seen an eye doctor, this and that, and all those kinds of things. And at the end of the series of questions, as your practice has gathered this information, then they could be offered an opportunity. So they can say, they can either, you know, give us a call now, which they could press this button right here, and literally it calls your office to schedule a consultation right then. It's completely convenient. Or they could book online. And if they book online, they can click this little button and it would take them to a scheduler. They could find a time that's convenient for them, and they could book a consultation with your office. And all this can happen at any time of the day or night. It's worded in such a way that they feel like they're interacting with someone. It's not just a form. People, they tend to not fill them out. They get bored with them. It feels a little bit intrusive. This is not that at all. So how can your practice use these? I mean, there's lots of different ways to do it. Here's a couple examples. So, you know, you could do free evaluations. A lot of the practices are already doing free evaluations, but it may be through a form or clicking buttons or something like that. But you can use chatbots to engage with a visitor by just walking them through a series of questions and see if they're good candidates. They can find out. It's a self-evaluation, like, am I a good candidate for this? The other thing you can do is you can use it for scheduling consultations. So not just text and give them information like that, but you can share images, you can share videos with them, you can give them infographics, all kinds of details that they might be, that's really piquing their curiosity. At the end of giving them the details that they're asking for, you can schedule them for that consultation. Finally, product. So PatientBot, which is us, we provide free customizable ebooks for our customers that can be shared as a lead magnet for your visitors. So you can provide those where there might be something on your website that says, hey, download this free ebook to find out more about the benefits of getting LASIK, or how easy it is for LASIK surgery, or testimonies or something like that. They can click it to download it, just like they did on here. It might be something like that, like click to get your free resource. When they do that, we can send them the customizable PDF just for your practice if you end up being a customer of PatientBot. So we have all these kind of resources for you. These are just a couple ideas of things that you might want to do. So how do you collect these subscribers though? Like people that are interacting, how do you connect with them? You can have a landing page. When they click on this, they are immediately subscribed. That's an interesting thing, isn't it? They are immediately subscribed to your messenger list on your Facebook fan page. I don't even know if you knew that you had one of these, but you have a list of people who are part of your database of potential patients, and when they click this button, they are automatically subscribed to that list. And then there's different ways that they can connect. So it could be like a landing page, and maybe instead of a landing page, it's like this little pop, we call a modal pop-up. So the interesting thing is when these things pop up on your screen, you can see it already knows who they are. So they don't have to fill in their name, they don't have to fill in their email address, nothing like that. It already knows who they are because they're already logged into Facebook. So when it pulls up one of these screens here, you can see that right there, it already has their name down here. Well, why is that? It's because they're already logged into Facebook. Everyone's always logged into Facebook on their phones. Here's a slide in. So this is an example of where you might have a page on your site and the visitor is on the page, and then after a couple seconds, this little box right here just slides like really nice, just like that. And you can give them the option to download something, do the evaluation, all kinds of interesting things. There's another way that you could do it. We can do what we call content upgrades. So on a content upgrade, maybe there's something that you want to offer. Again, it could be some free resource. It looks like a link. They click on it, and when they click on it, pulls up their Facebook Messenger, and you give them that content instantly. They don't have to wait for an email. They don't have to confirm anything. It is instantly given to them. How do you get started with these chatbots? Because I said, I mean, you can get this literally in place in 1 week, and you should. There are very, very few practices, because this is early days, there are very few practices who are actually using this yet. But you will notice big corporations, as you start to get around the web, travel companies, hotel companies, restaurants, big businesses are using chatbots right now. It's artificial intelligence or AI. It's the same thing that you can have in your practice right now and be really, really ahead of the curve. So if you wanted to get started early, our process is very easy. We just write the bot conversation scripts. We write them for your practice. They're approved for you. It's very natural language. We give you a series of conversations that we take patients through. You say, yeah, I'd like to do that, or ask these questions, that we'll do it all for you. Don't worry about that. We connect it with your Facebook page, and we select the magnets that you want to use. The magnets, when I'm talking about magnets, I'm talking about these kinds of things, these slide-ins or these modal pop-ups or landing pages, or if you want to do Facebook ads or something like that. And then we install it on your website. And then the appointments, when they come in, when people are setting these appointments on their own, those appointments are sent directly to your front desk. You don't need to do anything. You're just going to come in the morning and you're going to have people have scheduled consultations with you. So we hope you've enjoyed this. There's a couple other resources that we'll leave with you. You can always look at our blog. We've got great content there. If you'd like to speak to one of our specialists on our team, just go to this link here. You can look at the demo, click on the demo link, and you'll be in touch with one of our specialists very, very quickly. And then we've got videos, obviously, they're like this one, that are around, and you can watch those to see if those would help you as well. So thank you for watching this, and I hope that it was very, very helpful.